Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Doss from Professional Home Buyers of the Twin Cities again. I want to hit on a topic that a lot of people are afraid to touch on, right? I'm going to discuss the dirty little secret of the We Buy Houses companies, right? There's a bunch from every metropolitan area. We're obviously in the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota area here. And we've been in business since 2003. But I am someone that likes to be completely open and transparent as possible and how we do business, as well as how these other We Buy Houses companies are doing business and what they're not telling you, that dirty little secret, right? So We Buy Houses companies, right, it's kind of a little bit of an umbrella statement that means that, hey, we are able to purchase properties in any condition, though we prefer them in rough condition, because a lot of times, we're looking to improve the property and then resell or rent it out. However, the We Buy Houses is just a very general umbrella, right? In reality, what it is in some cases, right? So in some cases, we like to purchase the property, do the rehab, okay? Put it on the market and sell it and make a profit. It's a business, right? We're in business to take distressed properties, fix them up, sell them. In other scenarios, we purchase the property. It might be a rental property, right? It might be another scenario where we purchase the property, we might knock it down, build a new one, okay? Or what also is called wholesaling, okay? Now, wholesaling and We Buy Houses go hand in hand, right? And this is something that a lot of people do not want to even discuss because they feel ashamed. They feel that they are maybe hiding something from you, the property owner, the seller, right? So what wholesaling is, and it's different from the rehab or rental, right, or new construction, right, which means that I do marketing to find a property that is distressed, that might be under market because we're buying it in current condition, right? So let's just say it's $100,000 in its current condition, right? And I know if I stick $50,000 into it, right, that thing's going to be worth $225,000. Okay, so what a wholesaler does, right, is that they get the property under contract for that $100,000, right? And they go, well, what I want to do is I want to wholesale it to another rehabber for, let's just say, $110,000, right? And so at the day of closing, what they do is they're going to close your end for $100,000. They're going to turn around and resell it that same day or assign that contract the same day for $110,000 to a rehabber that might be in their network. So a lot of people are afraid, We Buy Houses companies are afraid to say that that is part of their strategy, right? We also use that strategy, right? Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to get you is not only the agreed upon purchase price, right? But at the same time, we're looking out for our best business model as well, too. Each property has its different scenario, right? And things change as we progress to closing, right? So there's a lot of people that are afraid to say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, one of the scenarios I might use, I might be buying it and renovating it. I might buy and rent it out, and I might buy it and resell it the same day to one of my rehabber friends that are in my network to make a profit, a spread in between there. Very similar to what, a wholesaler is if you go to a store, right? A lot of people, there's wholesale companies where they might take it directly from the manufacturer and sell it directly to you, sometimes to skip the in-store, right, markup. Okay, so that's the benefit, right? And you need to understand as a homeowner that you're dealing with a real professional home buying company, right? And that's why we have the name Professional Home Buyers, right? We're not perfect, right? We're not perfect, but after being in business since 2003, we always like to put our sellers first, right? We like to disclose everything. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I might renovate this property and resell it. I might renovate it and rent it out. I might rent it out as is, or I might assign this contract, AKA wholesale this contract to another buyer at the closing table. However, it doesn't really matter to you what my exit strategy is. All that matters to you is that I get you your $100,000 on the time frame that I said I was going to. So keep that in mind, right? If something's ever going sideways, always ask that the We Buy Houses company, are you actually buying it or are you wholesaling it? There's nothing wrong with wholesaling, right? And as long as they have the ability to close, if that wholesaler backs out, right? If they have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C, right? Because at the end of the day, we have to protect you as a home seller, right? And we do not want to see you get under contract to have a wholesaler or We Buy Houses company drag you out for 30, 60, 90 days and not ever close the property. So keep that in mind. I feel like it's a dirty little secret of the industry that a lot of the We Buy Houses companies, cash buying companies, they won't say that actually what we're going to do is we're actually going to wholesale this house, right? Or, hey, wholesaling is one of 4 or 5 different exit strategies we have. But at the end of the day, you're going to get your money. And that's why when you're reviewing a contract, a purchase contract from a We Buy Houses company, it should have some verbiage in there that discloses what they may or may not be doing with this property if they're going to be assigning that contract, right? Listen, every company is in business to generate revenue, right? So do not be surprised when you find out, when you hear that, oh, you're actually going to be making money, right? This is business, right? So guys, keep it simple. Ask questions, look at the contract. It should be a very simple purchase contract, and it should state in there that that is a signable contract and that is a potential exit strategy. So hopefully that helps. I love you guys. Let me know if you need any help here in the Twin Cities. We're always here to answer any questions. Shoot us a text message, call us, smoke signal us, whatever you need to do, right? Because we are here to help homeowners that need to sell their properties. Thank you. Have a good one.